So for this video, I want to talk about that Diddy indictment. I'm going to share my quick thoughts about it. I have limited memory on my phone, so I won't go into a lot of detail about the allegations. Instead, I will encourage you all to read the actual indictment. I will post a link in the comments so you can actually read the indictment yourself. I will post it in the description as well. But to summarize, Diddy has been charged with racketeering, sex trafficking by force or coercion. He's been charged with transportation to engage in prostitution. So those are some of the allegations that he's been accused of. He's been accused of abusing women, drugging women, forcing them to engage in certain activity by leveraging financial support and, manipulating people's careers and actually engaging in violence. So that's a quick summary of the allegations. And again, I want to encourage you all to read the actual indictment for more details. And at first, I was not going to do this video. I was going to wait until tomorrow. But I saw this TikTok video that was posted of Dr. Umar Johnson basically defending Diddy, basically talking about how the feds are out to get Black, successful, wealthy men and all that kind of stuff. So that prompted me to go ahead and do this video. In response to what Dr. Umar Johnson has to say, I just think that that's ridiculous. I think that it's time for us to move beyond victimhood, a victim mentality. And it's time for us to hold people accountable. This is a man, of course he's innocent until proven guilty, but it doesn't look good. And the reason why it doesn't look good is because we all saw that video of him abusing Cassie, despite denying the allegations. And then later he was forced to admit what he did and talk about how messed up he was and all that kind of stuff. So this is a serious situation. They raided his homes, they gathered evidence, and I'm sure that there are witnesses. There are multiple people who have filed cases against this man. So this is not looking good at all. So this is not a victim. And this notion that somebody like Diddy is some kind of threat to the system is actually just preposterous, because this man is a participant in that system. He is not a threat. He is not a Malcolm X figure. He is not a Black Panther type figure. He is not the Nation of Islam. He is not any kind of person that's any kind of threat at all to the establishment. So he is not some target of some conspiracy. The only conspiracy is the conspiracy that he allegedly engaged in to brutalize women and abuse and exploit women. The other thing is this. At some point, we have to call this stuff out for what it is. Because, these hoteps talk about how much they love Black women, how much they defend Black women and all that kind of stuff. But when Black women are abused, when Black girls are abused, these men defend the men that are accused of abusing them. And it just exposes their misogyny. It exposes their hypocrisy. And it exposes them for the frauds and hustlers that they, in fact, are. The other thing is this, one thing that Minister Farrakhan said is talking about how, people shouldn't rejoice at the downfall of a man. They should learn from that. And I think that there's wisdom in that statement. A lot of people are joking around about this Diddy situation, and this is no joking matter. There are very serious allegations here. There's nothing funny about this. This is very serious, and there are lessons to be learned. One of the lessons is this. Sometimes people get wealth and fame and power, and they think that they're unstoppable. They think that no one can hold them accountable. And this is a prime example of proving just how false that is. Also, it's a cautionary tale for those people that use drugs and just about the downfall that drugs can cause in people's lives. The other thing is this. It's an example of people literally selling their souls for fame and wealth, because that's what a lot of these people did. They were willing to sacrifice their integrity and their dignity for a chance to be a star, for a chance to be wealthy. That's how a lot of these people found themselves in this situation. The other thing is this. It's just a shame that you have all of these enablers around these celebrities. And, they enabled them to engage in this conduct, to abuse these women. They supported them, they defended them, they insulated them. And it's just a shame. And even today, as these serious allegations are raised, you have silence from the entertainment industry. Absolute silence. And that could be a testimony to some of their involvement in some of this wicked type of activity. And the fact that things like this regularly occur in the industry speaks to like the corrupt nature of Hollywood. It speaks to the corrupt nature of the entertainment industry. And it also speaks to like a demonic type of energy that is around a lot of these entertainers and the entertainment industry, period. So it's really kind of sick. And it's part of me understands why these people come up with these, Illuminati theories, even though I don't believe in none of that kind of stuff. But because of the toxic environment in the entertainment industry, I can understand why people, come up with those types of conspiracy theories. Another point that I wanted to touch on real briefly is how this is a prime example of that bad boy curse coming back to haunt Diddy. After he exploited all these artists, did all these people wrong, did all this dirt to them, it's finally catching up to him. The wrong that he's done is finally catching up to him. When you look at all the artists that he exploited, artists that, he basically, he gave them an opportunity, but he ended up exploiting those artists. And those artists ended up in terrible states of affairs. Like, you had the guy that did Flavor in Your Ear died. You had, the brother Black Rob pass away. And I'm not saying that their deaths were Diddy's fault or anything like that. You had, G-Dep getting locked up. You had Loon getting locked up, Shine getting locked up, all these people getting locked up while Diddy was still getting all this money. You had Biggie killed, and Diddy ended up, profiting off that brother's death, ended up continuing to eat off of that brother's legacy. So finally, you have things turning around where this man is facing, a situation where the chickens are coming home to roost finally. And, I probably said this before, but, this situation, of course he's innocent until proven guilty, but things are not looking good for him, and, I'm going to continue to follow this situation. It's just unfortunate that his children have to witness this whole debacle, witness this man's fall. And it's just a shame that this man would tarnish his legacy the way he has, man. And it's sad. It's sad to see a black man rise to such a high level and then fall so low. So I'm really interested in hearing from you all, like, what are your thoughts about this situation? What do you think? And then the last thing that I'll say is this, like, there's this one popular person that's on, that does all these interviews and videos and all that kind of stuff, who used to be a security guard for Diddy. And he talks about how bad Diddy was and all this and that. And my question for that guy is, if Diddy was such a bad person, why were you working with him for so long? Why were you his security for so long? And why were you silent when all that stuff was going on in real time? And then all these years later, you have so much to say. For me, people like that don't deserve to be honored for what they're exposing now. They need to be held accountable for their silence while the stuff was going on. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Tell me what y'all think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. like the video, share the video, and hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content on here. Unfortunately, I tried to do this live, but, I was having technical issues, so I had to, record it. But I'm really interested in hearing from you all. And I want to remind you that we have a book club, a New Possibilities book club. We meet on the last Sundays of each month. And I'm actually supposed to be reading a book tonight for the book club, which I need to get back to after this. But I encourage you all to like the page and join our discussions. I will post an invite in the comments to this video. So with that, peace and blessings. And again, tell me what you think about this Diddy situation.